Hey everyone, so as I promised in some of the other videos, today I'm going to be working on taking apart this old Samsung washer and converting it into a pretty unique fire pit. I've seen some other ideas online, and I had this washer that it's a Samsung top load washer. It's actually a really large capacity. It's I think one of the biggest they've ever made. It's the 5.6 cubic foot capacity, which for a washer that's pretty good. But we've had terrible problems with it. The reliability has been horrible. It's only actually about maybe 5, 6 years old. But actually, yeah, it was built in 2015 and we're at 2023 and we haven't used it the last 6 months or so. So anyway, it does have a pretty wide stainless steel drum in it. And I think this is going to work awesome for what we're trying to do as a fire pit because it has all the little holes in the sides. Most of the people that make the fire pits use the front loaders, but those have a pretty big lip. Since it's on the front of the unit, they have a pretty big lip on the edge, kind of that holds the water in. So this one here doesn't have that lip, so we'll see what it looks like. But the bottom of ours is actually plastic. It's one of these, I guess high efficiency units that doesn't actually wash clothes. It just kind of swishes the water around. So I already loosened this up and took this out, and so I'm gonna have to come up with something to go in the bottom of this because it's not completely closed off. But we'll see what we get to once we get it apart. So all right, stay tuned. All right, now we're getting somewhere. I have the whole top off. I got the whole wiring harness disconnected, got the whole back off. Now we can kind of see the overall drum and everything on here. So now we just got to figure out how to get this out of here. I'm not sure yet. We'll have to look at it a little closer. All right, there we go. All right, well, it looks like this is actually kind of molded in place. You can kind of see down through that little gap there how this edge here is rolled right over on top of this to restrain it in place. So I'm gonna either have to cut that out or pry it out. So I'll be back when I find a solution for that. All right, guys, so in order to get this top ring, this top balancer ring out, it's actually filled with water. It sure seems like you have to cut it off on this model. So I cut a little chunk out here as like a wedge and then slid it on the other side, and then you can kind of push it down out of this ring and you can pop it out. So a little bit more difficult than I thought or than I hoped, but got it out. Hey guys, it's been a couple of weeks since I've had a chance to work on this fire pit design stuff here, but maybe you remember the last time I left off here, there was a big plastic cover on the back side of this that kind of gave it strength. And I knew that wasn't going to last long term in the bottom of the fire pit. So I took this out and I tried prying and tried cutting and tried everything, couldn't get it out easily. So I ended up believe it or not, just lighting it on fire on the edges and kind of melted the edges, and then the whole thing popped right out. So we're one step closer to our fire pit. Stay tuned. All right, guys. Well, it's been a long time in the making. Took a while to try to find some parts and stuff, but we now have a spinning fire pit. It's not motorized yet, but I just want to walk through some of the updates that we've done since the last time. So on the center here, I ended up just mounting a bolt to this. This will act as kind of like a clean out, so we can pick this up, dump the ashes out. And then down in there, I'm just using all the original bolts and stuff that came with it. And then down below here, we got a stand. It's actually like a concrete type stand. And on top of that is the original bearing plate that was on the washer and the bearing that was in the washer. And then this was the original mount as well. So we're using all of these components here. The only addition was this kind of concrete heavy base that is kind of bolted down to. I did have to cut this shaft off though. The shaft was a little bit too long. And it was going through, and I was trying to keep the overall height of this as low as possible, because already it's sitting about 2 feet tall, and I might cut it down to about 18 inches just for a better viewing experience. But I'll show you what's left of that shaft that I cut off. This had to cut this off of the bottom of that, and anyway, I lowered it down another 3.5 inches. So overall, we're making progress, and the bearing, everything works really well. It's nice and stable. I haven't decided yet if we're going to spin it up just manually like this, or if I'll put a little motor on the bottom of it. But it's completely silent, and we're also debating if we should paint it black or keep it as is, or if we should surround it with bricks around it. I'm not exactly sure yet, but we're making progress. I just want to give you an update. So there we have it. Here we are, beginning of 2024, and we still haven't lit a fire in this, but stick around if you want to see it. I'll post another video showing this first burn after we clean it up a little bit and see what it'll do. I thought I'd add on one more little idea too. We haven't had a chance to run to the dumps to get rid of the rest of the washer yet, but what we found, at least in the meantime, is that it's arguably a really good repository for all the balls and stuff that the kids have. So anyway, for now, I think that's what we're going to use, but as soon as I go to the dumps, I'm probably going to get rid of it. And just as a quick teaser here, so maybe you guys saw one of my other videos where we built this kind of custom water bottle rocket launcher out of just some PVC pipe and some soda bottles. And we put like a little ring on the top here, and it'll sit a little kind of like a pie pumpkin or a softball, and it'll launch it, probably 500 feet or more. At about 70 psi. So we have a challenge coming up, and we actually have to launch a little bit heavier pumpkins. And we were going to build something out of wood, and we started doing that, but I think what we're going to do is take this same concept and multiply it by 3 or 4, and basically have 3 or 4 bottles at the same time with a big platform on the top to launch some pumpkins. So stick around, consider subscribing if you like that kind of stuff. I'll be sure to post a video when it's done. Thanks.